This is the Priestcast. I'm Father Adam Ahern. Father Michael Kuchar, how are you?
I am doing great, Father Ahern.
That's
Happy
wonderful to hear.
Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday to you as well.
It is Fat Tuesday.
It is Fat Tuesday.
I can't hardly believe it, my friend.
I mean, what are you
Lent
going
tomorrow.
to, what vices are you going to indulge in before entering into the austerity of Lent?
Well, Father Ahern, as you would remember from the first reading at Mass on Sunday, to no one does God give a license to sin. So a vice by its very nature is a sin. So I will not be partaking in any vices.
Well, you are just so holy, Father Kuchar.
I do my best, Father Ahern. No, I'm not really sure, Father Ahern. I think I'll go to the our Knights of Columbus building. Usually they have like a big nice meal and party on Fat Tuesday. So after my meetings tonight, I'm going to try to drop by over there. I could do a parish council and some other things, but I think it'd be good to prepare. To prepare. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I mean, we're already here at Lent. It seems like we just finished Christmas not too long ago, and now here we are at Lent.
And what I've noticed about Lent is basically once you start Lent, the next thing you know, it's the end of school year.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Because I took our fifth graders. You remember our schooling goes through fifth grade, so we went out and burned palms yesterday, and that we will use for ashes, and it's like I do this every year, and as soon as I do it, it's like, okay, now that's like the beginning of the end of the school year. Really, like it's kind of how it goes.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Like it just rolls on so fast. Each year just rolls right on so fast. So, yeah.
Father Ahern, let us discuss here the second miracle, if you like. Oh, by the way, how's the retreat going? Is it going pretty well?
It's going really well. And I'm actually breaking the rules of the retreat by having this conversation. I should, this podcast should just be you talking, to be honest.
Well, okay.
Because I'm doing a silent retreat right now, so really I'm not going to say another word for the rest of this podcast.
Yeah, right. I don't think that's possible for you, Father Ahern.
Oh, so all right. So second miracle. What was the second miracle?
Okay, we have here, Father Ahern, a young fellow who's, funnily enough, the name is not widely known. But it was there's this child who was dealing with a very sick illness, and he was collapsing all over the place, and was very, very physically weak. He had no strength. It was a progressive deterioration that was happening with this kid, and it was by the doctors. It was ruled that this thing, not ruled, but it was determined and discerned that this was irreversible, that he was, because it wasn't that he wasn't eating enough. He was eating sufficiently and all these things and not dehydrated. But this kid, it's just like he kept collapsing, and they didn't know the name of the illness, just like with the nun that we looked at the other day. Mm-hmm. But anyway, this happens, what year, Father Ahern? 1904. Okay. So it was determined this was some kind of an internal disease or something, but there was no hope of recovery. Now, guess what? It was another novena where it was kind of like the turning point, if you will. Mm-hmm. So they began to pray the family, and the family gathered all kinds of other people that they might that would join them, friends and other parishioners, and they started just like, okay, let's implore St. John Vianney, and they all knew that he needed another miracle, and at this point he was not a blessed, but so they may not have even known about the first miracle.
Right.
But
Right.
they ended up just praying, and by the end of the novena, the kid all of a sudden had this inexplicable strength about him, and he never collapsed ever again.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That is amazing. I love it.
I know. And, Father Vianney had a great devotion to young people. And we talked, months ago about how he would wake up every morning and have a catechesis for children, in the morning time, especially the first communion class. And like he really invested in youth and young people and servers and all this stuff. And so it was like it's kind of beautiful that that it was to this child that the second miracle took place.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and very fitting. Very fitting that it was a youth and things like that. So that's awesome.
Yeah. So we don't know whatever became. I mean, it's finding it odd that his name is not very. It's not even in the acts of the miracle. The name of this young kid.
Really?
That I'm sure it's somewhere.
I mean, sure it's recorded somewhere, but so it'd be interesting to know like what happened to the kid afterwards. I mean, did he go on to do something else or whatnot?
I have a feeling he went on to become a priest.
I mean, like I could definitely see that happening. John Vianney saving, giving him healing, and then him turning around and devoting himself to the priesthood would be very fitting. So,
it would be. So this happened in 1904. Then in 1905, the following year, the prior miracle that we discussed yesterday had already been approved, but was then applied, and that he became a blessed in 1905. And then so it's 21 years after this the second miracle, that he was actually canonized.
Okay, so he was declared a saint on what date?
May 31st, 1925, by Pope Pius XI.
All right, nice.
And then 4 years later, he was declared to be the patron saint of parish priests. Until then, there was no patron saint of parish priests.
Which is kind of amazing that there hadn't been any patron saint of a parish priest before.
Father Ahern, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
In
1929, we should do another day-to-day podcast, because that'll be the 100th anniversary of his being declared.
You mean in 2029?
Oh, that's what I said. What'd I say?
1929?
Oh, no, 2029. 3 years from now.
I mean, we could explore the possibilities of doing another day-to-day podcast in 3 years. We might need to have a little bit more conversation about what each day entails. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm open to what the Holy Spirit asks us to do, Father Kucher.
Father Ahern, that's beautiful. That is beautiful.
So in 1925 he was declared a saint, right?
That is correct.
Nice. Okay. And then, so are there any other miracles associated with Saint John Vianney after he became a saint?
Well, none that would have gone through the process, of course, but I'm sure, there were so many miracles during his life. I'm sure there's many miracles even afterwards that people attribute to him.
So they don't catalog. There's no group that catalogs miracles associated with saints after they become a saint?
To my knowledge, no.
Because I know
that
you
have to think what an incredible process this is, dealing with doctors.
It would be
canon lawyers and authorities, devil's advocates, the different congregations of the saints, the different popes that are involved, bishops, and
because
it's quite a process.
I know they keep track of it for like Our Lady of Lourdes. But you're right. There it would be quite an expensive process to maintain for each and every saint. because you can't just like take up the time of all these people, all these professionals, and not like people have to be supported, right, in the work that they do, and so like you can't just ask them to volunteer whole years of their lives to these examinations. So yeah.
I will tell you, Father Ahern, while you were just chatting there,
And you
I
weren't
did
listening.
go online here to the Google, and we see that there are some non-canonical miracles attributed. These are in the archives at Ars, apparently.
Okay.
There was a sudden cure of a fellow with advanced tuberculosis.
Oh wow.
There was a restoration from a man who was nearly blind and could then see all of a sudden.
Okay.
There were, it looks like, just a lot of miraculous conversions. And then we've also got just paralysis, nervous orders, chronic weakness, wasting illness. So there do appear to be, but none of them. It does say here that they have not been, authenticated. So
right. None of them have been like vetted and all that stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
But you're right. It's kind of neat.
It is neat. Well, I mean, and it actually makes a lot of sense that there's a lot of what you would say like wasting diseases or like people like not having any strength or vigor or anything like that. And it's
because he was so emaciated.
Right, like for Saint John Vianney, like because he ate so little and yet was so like vigorous in his life, right? Like he did so much, and he ate and nourished himself so little with physical food and things like that, right? It would make sense that he would then be something of a aid to those who are wasting away or don't have energy, right?
I hadn't thought about that, but you're absolutely right.
I mean, because oftentimes we attribute saints with the method of their martyrdom, right? Like, if this person was flayed alive, then they would be depicted with shears or something, and end up being the patron saint of like sheep shearers or something like that, right? And so like it would make sense that Saint John Vianney, who poured out his life, working so hard and with so much energy, would then be an aid to those who don't have energy due to illness or struggle. I like it.
Well, and it's even the two that have been authenticated. What were they? They were
fainting
a religious sister. Right? He was how very committed he was to the nuns. He was the chaplain to the Little Sisters of the Poor, and I mean he was very involved with convents. And then a boy that nobody really believed in,
right? Exactly.
And he was in that shoes. He was in those shoes.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because the only person that believed he could become a priest was Monsignor Bali. So yeah, very
just
cool.
like nobody believed a kid could ever be healed, exactly. And wasn't going to be strong enough, and all this stuff. All right, Father Ahern. Well, enjoy the rest of your retreat.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we are.
I'm sure you are. All right. Mañana, we will chat some more.
I look forward to
it. On Ash Wednesday.
Oh, boy. St. John Vianney.
Pray for us.